Tonight, round 14 takes us to a motorsport racetrack in Mexico City, named after drivers Ricardo Hermanos and Pedro Rodriguez. With its wildly long, straight, flowing S's and tight stadium section, this track holds it all and demands quick reaction and great balance from the car and driver. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SnB's F1 series, here for round 14 at the Mexican Grand Prix. It's going to be a fun night. The flowing S's, the long straight. There's going to be a few overtaking opportunities, so I'm pretty excited to see it. If you haven't seen this track before, let's take a look and see what it's about.
Welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which is the location for today's race. The cars are out on the grid, so let's join the action down on the track. At 2,285 meters above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners make up a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, and you can expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and overtaking too into the hard braking zones of turns 1 and turn 4.
All right, there you have it. We are in qualifying, just over 15 minutes left in the session. We have Hawk on his out lap, Stanton drums, Culture, Liebert, and Mayor of Bag City. So far in practice, though, right before this, we had the fastest time on the board with Rangers with a 1:15.3. Mayor was directly after, along with Culture, so some pretty close times out here in the 1:15 and 16s. Kind of curious what we're going to see here in qualifying. We'll see their fastest laps on the board soon enough, but a few drivers on their outlap, as I said. Stanton drums, Culture, Liebert, and a few others. I do have to say we've had a few different winners. Rangers, though, he has won 8 races out here. Mayor has won 4, and Culture, he's made it on the board with a win out here, so really cool to see. JRMS, what's up? Mini Panda, how are ya? Culture, yeah, I've been out here. I stream pretty much every day. Tomorrow night I will be in the booth once again, but I will be on Traction's channel for their esports channel. We'll be doing the IndyCar series, and it's going to be the season finale, so that is definitely one to watch. I'll be in the booth with Repeat over there. It'll start around 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I know these drivers appreciate it, and Culture win about 4 weeks ago at Austria. I know he would love to get another one. Hopefully we can see that out here tonight. He had one of the fastest times out here in practice. 3rd fastest. By the time it came to the end, Mayor of Bag City on the board with a 1:17.0. JDM Hawk with a 1:18.5. So those are the times so far, about first couple of laps here. So we have plenty of time, but the fastest laps were a 1:15.3. A couple of seconds faster than what we're seeing right now on the board. But as I said, that is just the first lap out. Plenty of time. You have no Xbox, so you'll cheer on the JDM boys. They have a lot of talent. I love watching Hawk, Culture. They do a fantastic job out here. Bindia, how are ya? You think there's going to be rain at some point in this race, or are you telling me? We have not had any rain, you guys. There was rain for one qualifying session, and that's it. It cleared up. All the drivers, was pretty much kind of crickets out here, as the drivers were staying in, trying not to destroy the tires that they did have. So pretty much just let the rain go, and once we hit race time, it was dry again. All right, Culture on the board with a 1:16.5. Mayor of Bag City leading the 1:17s with a 1:17.0. Stanton Drum not too far behind with a 1:17.1. And JDM Hawk, Culture's teammate, he's got a 1:17.9. I say that they're teammates because they have the JDM, but they're not teammates on here. Oddly enough, Hawk and Skyline are teammates for Alpine. Culture, let me find where he is. A lot of teams out here, and they've kind of moved around, I feel like. Some of them have. Yeah, he's not even on here, so he was a little bit... he was not in here for the first couple of races, though. Since we are on talking about this, let's talk about the driver standings. Rangers is in the lead in the standings with 265 points. Mayor of Bag City, who has the second most wins, 240 points for him. Leaf Justin with 132 points, and speaking to him earlier, he sits in P3 but is a little bit concerned with Culture as he is only 9 points behind in fourth with 123. And he's definitely chipping away at those points, so we'll see. 2 races left after tonight, so we'll see if he makes up any positions and perhaps passes Justin. JDM Culture, 123 in fourth. In fifth, we have JDM Hawk with 122, so just a 1 point difference. You can't get any closer than that. Pretty wild. The constructor standings, Ferrari still leading the way with 341 points. Mercedes with 320 points, closing that gap. And Alpine with 203 points, sitting in third. Wild boy, how are you? You had Honeycutt in a truck practice session last week. Very nice, very nice. Yes, after this season, we will be moving to 2022. We didn't want the drivers to have to buy a new game mid-season and try to get used to it, so we will finish this season out on 2021, move over to the new game next season. Rangers on the board with a 115.5. Mayor of Bag City answering back with a 115.8. So these times, they're flying, guys. Fastest in practice was a 115.3, so only 0.2 off from the fastest time. Pretty close out there. We're going to have JDM Culture leading out the 116s. He was extremely fast out there, so impressed to see. Can't wait to see what he does. I want to see Culture get another win. It would be a second of the season, or I'd love to see somebody else, a new driver, get a win. We'll see what happens. Rangers just dominating with 8 wins so far. We'll see who else we can get on the map. I'll tell you what, one of the trickiest turns that I have experienced on this track is Stanton Drums is making his way to it. Is going to be in Sector 2 through the flowing S's. You wouldn't think it would be so difficult, but you gotta really send it through these corners. Yet make sure that you stay in the boundaries. Do not overtake it here, and he's doing a fantastic job so far. And yeah, there he goes through the S's. Another trouble spot will take Stanton Drums on over. It's going to be in Sector 3. It's going to be quite a heavy left-hander turn coming up right here. He makes it through there just fine, and off he goes on to the next lap. We'll see what time he gets. So far on the board with P4, 117.1. Can he do any better? We'll find out. Yeah, it looks like 117.1 is going to take it there. Mike, how are ya? I appreciate the host. It's not Wild Boy. This is F1. We have so many leagues in SnB. We got the NASCAR League. We have F1. We have IndyCar tomorrow. That's going to be on the Traction Esport channel. So a lot of racing throughout the week. Cannot complain about that, right? Rangers and Mayor, the 2 drivers, they're going to be in the 115s, both on pit lane. Trying to get those settings just right. Culture warming up those tires. Heating them up. He was super fast out there in practice. Top 3 in practice as far as lap times go here. So we'll see what he can do. So far, hanging on to 3rd. Stanton Drums with a 117.1. JC with a 117.5. Hawk with a 117.9, so quite a few drivers in the 117 section. Liebert, the last one with a lap time, and that's going to be a 119.009. Dion has yet to make a lap. J-Mac out on his lap. Bloomy still on pit lane. Jacob and Justin's going to be on his out lap. Let me know if you've raced this track before. How do you like it? Who is your driver tonight? Who do you see winning? We talked about it in the lobby earlier, but Rangers and Mayer, these two just so competitive out here. And I feel like Rangers, when he is on it, he is on it. But man, when he struggles, he really struggles out there. 1, 2, 3 solo car incidents. And so I'm curious what tonight is going to bring. Does he have the confidence going into the race tonight? Mayer seems to be pretty confident every race, so I love his confidence out there. We'll see what he does. Culture. I want to see him get another win. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I want to see that. I want to see a new driver get a win. So any one of these guys would be awesome to do. Wyatt Boy, how you enjoying iRacing? What leagues are you racing in nowadays? Just over 5 minutes left in qualifying. A few drivers still have yet to make a time. Ranger still with a 1:15.5. Mayer with a 1:15.8. Culture still trying to bring out a faster time out here. We'll see if he can't do it. Currently driving in Sector 2, just around the S's. The tricky part I was talking about. That's where I personally struggle at. Heads into Sector 3. We're going to see that quick left-hander after he makes the right hand right here. Quick left-hander, and then he's going to come around past the stadium section onto the front stretch, and there's going to be a lot of passes on this front stretch, you guys. Great part to use that DRS zone. Culture 1:16.0. Justin moves up a 1:16.6. JDM Hawk with a 1:16.8. These guys kind of moving all over the place. And you know what I say, when you see the times in here grouped together, you're gonna see these groups out on track. They will run similar times, and we're gonna have some pack racing out here. I feel like every race is kind of the same. We have about 3 to 4 different packs, and possibly, you know, a straggler or two that may have bended or, you know, gotten in the grass. So we'll see what happens tonight, but it usually proves that you can kind of determine where it's going to go with these drivers. A lot of 1:16, so I'm expecting these guys to be out there on track together. Jacob with a 1:16.3. JC 1:16.619. Justin with a 6:45. So incredibly close. You gotta love it. Makes me excited for the race here at the Mexican Grand Prix. Next week is gonna be Silverstone, so wild track. That's going to be round 15, and then for the season finale, the championship race is going to end in Brazil. Tonight's race will be 36 laps. We've had a couple of safety cars out also. I was asking the drivers tonight, are we going to see a one-stopper? I know there's been drivers that have tried to make it happen, but a safety car comes out. And you know what that means. That is going to change everything. No making it a one-stop. So I'm going to go ahead and assume these drivers are going to do a two-stopper tonight. I'm going to say that we're probably going to see a safety car. So, yeah, it makes things interesting. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. If you have any plans, let me know what they are. Hopefully it's to watch the rest of this race. Enjoy it with me. Mayor of Bag City, I know he would love to get another win out here. If he does, that is going to be win number 5. If we see Rangers do it, that is going to be win number 9 for him. Racking him up, I tell ya. Mayer is closing down the lead for Rangers, though. 240 and 265, so a 25-point difference for these drivers. It's going to be a lot for Mayer to make up here, but I'll tell you, I'll say it again. Rangers, when he's on it, he is on it, and when he's not, it can really hurt him out here. Only a 2/10 gap between these two top drivers. The 115.5 and 115.7, so extremely close. Culture still hanging on, 116.0. Jacob about 3/10 behind him on his outlap. Just over a minute left in qualifying. Alpha York, what's up? Thank you so much for the cheers. I appreciate it. You see someone new winning tonight. Very nice. You want Culture to win? Yeah. We'll see what happens. I get excited when we have new winners. I love, love, love to see it. I will do podium interviews after the race, so be sure to stay tuned for that also. You were here last week. My broadcast, as soon as I started, I was on Xbox, you guys, for 2 hours. As soon as we went into the race, Xbox was like, hey, your live just ended. So I had to literally go buy more live and get back in here. Like, really, you choose now, huh? Mini Banda says, thank you so much. I will give him a treat. He's actually sleeping right next to me right now. He's a cute little boy. He is 13 years old, a little Shih Tzu. I even have a little emote of him. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, here it is. That's his little face. Isn't he so cute? Even though you could probably barely see him. Qualifying is over. The remaining drivers who are out on track will be able to finish their lap times. But Rangers brings it down to a 115.2. Mayer 115.7. Culture 116.0. Jacob in 4th with a 116.3. Hawk 116.4. JC has a 116.619. Still the same with Justin with a 645 right behind. Stanton Drums, not in the session at the moment, a 117.1. J-Mac Attack, 118.3. Libert, a 119.009. A couple of drivers chose not to qualify. They will start in the back. And out of curiosity, let's take a look at the tires here. Wrong one. Most of them starting on soft, so that will be the case in the race. Ranger's going to be on pole with a 115.2. Mayor of Bag City going to start on the outside with a 115.7. JDM Hawk in the second row with a 115.7. Jacob with a 115.9. Culture going to be in 5th with a 116.0. So here we go to advance. These guys will make the formation lap and get these guys moving. Looks like a lot of these guys will be starting off on the soft tire compound, and I would assume with 36 laps on the board, probably going over to the mediums. We'll see if anyone goes to the hards. We have a couple of them. You know, strategies definitely differ, but it really just depends on what their strategy is going in, and are we going to see a safety car? We've seen safety cars really put a wrench in things for everyone's strategy, and we've had a couple of them in the races lately. So, like I said, I think we're going to see another one tonight. Drivers getting ready for that formation lap. 21 seconds until we get moving at the Mexican Grand Prix. Fun track. We have the straightaways, we have the S's, we have the tight stadium section. It'll be a wild, fun race. This is one of these tracks where I would actually like to race it. Not too difficult. It seems more easier to drive, but you put them out here with, you know, 11 other cars, it could be a little bit more difficult. Especially heading into turn 1. You guys know I'm a big believer if you can make it past turn 1, you can pretty much be good the entire race. Which actually these guys do a great job making it past turn 1. It's been later that we've seen the safety cars, so curious to see what we're gonna find out tonight. I don't see any rain yet. Some dark clouds out there. We'll see if rain happens, but yeah. Looks pretty sunny to me so far. Rangers will be leading us off once the lights go out. You know, Mayer is really anticipating that start, trying to just stay on it. I believe it was last week where he started on pole, Mayer did, and did not get the start he had hoped, and I do believe it was Rangers who passed him pretty quickly there right at the start, so we'll see what happens tonight. He also had Jacob racing with him for quite a few laps. Unfortunately, Jacob went out of contention for the win with a later race incident. So we have 2 stoppers tonight, soft, medium. We'll see what happens. Will the safety car come out? We're gonna have to stay tuned. Drivers gridding up. Taking their spot, getting ready for the lights. All right, you guys, here we go for round 14. And the lights are out at the Mexican Grand Prix. We are underway, and look at the smoke rise up as Rangers takes the lead still. Hawk gonna go to second, Culture in third. Mayor of Bag City loses 3 positions. He's gonna try to make a move to get that back, but take a look as we go side by side for the lead with Hawk and Rangers. Hawk gonna cut back, he's gonna stay behind Rangers. Culture in third with a great start. Mayor gonna have to do some digging. He's right next to his teammate Jacob. Take a look at this, a little bump in action between first and second. Hawk takes the lead and they are still going at it. Detrimental to this lead as Culture and Mayor are trying to take full advantage of these guys in the mayhem that is ensuing. Bloomy leaves the session. Not sure if there was damage for him, but boy, oh boy, what a start for these guys. Lap 1 of 36, and that is a wild, wild race. Hawk overtaking the lead. Rangers falls back to 5th, loses a lot of spots here. Not what he was hoping. I don't know that he's going to be happy. I don't know what happened between the two. Who started that? But boy, oh boy, here we go. Hawk still leading. Lap 2 of 36. Culture in second. Mayor of Bag City and a line. He's currently sitting P3, but Jacob, he looks like he is trying to make a move. That was Rangers back there. Let's go on board with him. He's got teammates Ferrari directly in front of them. He's gonna have to try to make it by both of them. Back 4 positions from where he started. Justin looking on the outside of top 5 and 6. JC in 7th, Stanton Drum in 8th. J-Mac Attack in 9th, Dion in 10th, Bloomy in 11th, Libert in 12th. about this race, you guys? I was not expecting that beginning. Hawk with a nice lead. Let's take a look at this lead. Gains 2 positions. Culture up 3 positions. Not where I saw this race going. Mayor of Bag City losing out on a position. Rangers on 4. But here we go. Hawk with a nice little interval there. Beginning of lap 3 of 36, and we do have a some competition for second here. Mayor of Bag City and Culture. They were going side by side. Mayor of Bag City moves up to second, Culture in third. He's already hunting down Hawk. He wants his he wants the lead here. He's going after win number 5. JDM boys are doing good, first and third. Hawk is really gonna have to defend that position though. Mayor of Bag City, the meat and the sandwich between these teammates. Well, I should say the JDM boys. Libert and Dion, a 3-second time penalty. Hawk looking very, very strong out here. I am super pumped about this, and I want to knock on some wood. Rangers with his first penalty on the board, sitting in the 5th position. Countdown. You can't host me. I'm so sad. I don't know why it won't let you. I appreciate you being here, though, and I know these drivers do. Mayor of Bag City, let's take a look side by side for the lead. Mayor of Bag City's got a lead out. Overtakes Hawk going into the corner here. Hawk really dives that in. Very, very close between these drivers. Boy, oh boy. Hawk and Culture going to be second and third. Jacob, Mayor's teammate, going to be out there in 4th. What are we gonna see between these drivers? Oh, you did already. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ranger still down 4 positions. Not sure what happened with him. Like I said, when he is on it, he is on it. When he struggles, it's hard. It is hard to watch for him. JDM Hawk about a second behind Mayor of Bag City, who, man, he is so competitive this season. When he takes that lead, it is hard to take it back. Hawk gonna have his work cut out for him. That gap increases just ever so slightly, and man, Hawk really cutting it close to that wall. Time penalty is going to be an issue tonight. Mayor of Bag City with a 118.2 fastest lap of the race so far. You can see JDM Hawk, he's got Culture right behind him. Some padding for these 2 drivers with Rangers behind, separating Mayor of Bag City and him. Let's take a look at some of the other guys. Leaf Justin, currently sitting P5. He's got some drivers behind him and a little battle burn up in front of him. Rangers really trying to work on Culture. Trying to get that spot back. He's got to make his way back through the field. Taking around these S's here. A lot of these drivers going to get these penalties down through this section and through that left-hander up here. Some separation between Stanton Drums, J-Mac, kind of on their own little island right now, but Bloomy, he's going to be right behind J-Mac. Libert the same. This is going to be a nice pack for P8. Dion makes his way around onto the front stretch. Let's go back to our top guys out here. Mayor still in first. JDM Hawk still holding out in second, but that interval has increased to almost 2-second gap. go on board with Mayor or JDM Hawk here. Currently running P2, very, very strong. We saw him lead a couple laps out here. We are currently sitting at lap number 6 of 36. In the second sector. You can see behind, he's got his eyes on that rear view mirror. That's going to be Rangers back there, up into third. Culture's going to fall back to fourth. Through the stadium portion, such a neat track. Countdown. We only have 2 races after this. We're on round 14 out of 16. Next week, we'll be hitting Silverstone, and we have a safety car out as 3 drivers choose to pit already. That's going to be Mayor of Bag City, Culture, and Rangers. Hawk is going to be our new leader here. Keep an eye out. There's Discord. You can join our Discord, and we will post when we have the next season out. Never did see what happened, but Jacob really far behind there. Loses 7 spots. Rangers in 10th. I know he went into pit road, though. These guys have caught up to the safety car. Justin moves up to second. JC in third. Stanton Drums in fourth. J-Mac Attack comes out in the top 5. Liebert on the outside looking in P6. Mayor of Bag City in 7th. Dion in 8th. Culture in 9th. Rangers in 10th. And Jacob going to round out the field here. Bloomy with the DNF. He has not had a great couple of races. I kind of figured we're going to have a safety car. It's about when I thought we might have it. Definitely, if any driver was going to go for that one stopper, that puts the kibosh on that one. Hawk going to have older tires. I'm kind of surprised he did not go in. Very interesting call for him. JC goes in, Stanton Drums, Dion. Hawk still staying out, very interesting. Top 2 drivers on the soft tire compound, 7 lap-old tires on the softs. I'm really surprised about this. J-Mac, Liebert, Mayer. Culture all on medium tire compounds now. Fresh tires for Mayor and Culture, of course. We'll see how these top few drivers fare after not going in. Our first 4 drivers are the only ones to not pit here. JC, DNF for him. Brutal. Man, you hate to see it. 10 drivers left on the grid here. Yeah. I don't know about this weather, you guys. Wow. Things took a turn. Let's see what this is going to bring out. Very interesting track conditions as it, you can see it here. It's getting a little foggy. Yeah, we do have some intermediates out here. Stanton Drums. Safety car will be in this lap as we get ready to go back to green. Let's take a... We'll have to follow Stanton Drums a little bit here. Make sure what's going on with him. JC, unfortunately, I hate to see it, man. Hawk, 7-lap-old tires. We'll see what he can do out here. Liebert, J-Mac, Justin. Speeding in pit lane for Stanton Drums. 5-second penalty. Off to green we go. Lap 9 of 36. Hawk with an incredible start. Justin, He is under attack. Take a look at this. Mayor of Bag City knocking on his door, trying to get around. Very, very, very close. Mayor of Bag City back there, you can see, wanting to make a pass. He just dives it in. Uses those brakes to everything they have. Stanton with a 3-second time penalty. Oh my gosh. These penalties are going to add up, and we've seen the races where these drivers have lost out on wins in several positions from all the penalties. Hawk still holding on to first, Justin in second, Mayor of Bag City in third. Guess who's right behind him? Rangers in fourth behind these drivers, and take a look, a little bit of stack up as we head into the corner here, going into lap 10. Perfect place to use the DRS once 2 laps have been completed from green. Mayor goes out, trying to take a look, trying to pass Leaf Justin. Takes over second. Can he complete the pass? He dives it in. Rangers trying to follow behind. Justin gonna fall back to fourth. That's 2 positions in 1 corner, man. That is tough. Mayor coming out in second, and now Hawk, he is on his own trying to hold off these 2, and boy, oh boy. He's got a hill to climb as he tries to defend it. Take a look at Hawk. They are chasing the rabbit and reeling him in. Mayor of Bag City, he is hungry for this lead, and he's got Rangers knocking on his door. So incredibly close, you guys. We are about to have a 3-way battle for the lead here. JDM Hawk goes on to pit lane. So much for that. Could not hold out any longer on those soft tire compounds. Rangers gonna be moving up to first past Mayor. What a move by him as they go side by side once again into the corner. Mayor of Bag City answers back. He goes to the lead. Fantastic moves by these drivers. Rangers not ready to give up whatsoever. Justin, 10-lap-old tires. The oldest tires out here. Between him, Liebert, and J-Mac. They are gonna have to go in soon, I would assume. Justin is on the soft tire compound, so he will have to go in before Liebert and J-Mac, but Mayor putting some distance between him and Rangers, about a half a second almost, and Rangers is closing that down. Let's go on board with Rangers here. Here comes the rain. I'm pretty sure it was already coming though. JC leaves the session. Rangers using that DRS as we head into the first corner here. He's gonna overtake Mayor into first. Takes over the lead. Mayor in second. Jacob in third. How about that? We saw that in the last race. Mayor was first, Jacob in second, but unfortunately, something happened to Jacob later in the race, and yeah, did not go so well for him. A lot of penalties out here. Let's take a look. What kind of penalties we are looking at? 6 seconds for Rangers. He's got to put at least 6 seconds between him and Mayor of Bag City in order to keep this win. The race ended right now. Mayor would be the winner. He has no penalties. Jacob has 3 seconds. Next one's going to be Dion and Liebert with 12 seconds. Stanton drums with 3. increasing that gap a little bit. Very interesting. I'm curious how these drivers are feeling with these tire compounds. Only one out on the intermediate is Stanton Drum, and he's sitting P10. You know it's getting slippery out there, the soft tires. Boy, boy, I can't even imagine. The rain is falling, and this is the first race with that rain. How is it going to affect these drivers out here? Mayor of Bag City falling back to almost a second behind. Looking for that next win for him. That would be win number 5. Rangers, he would be getting win number 9. Starting to see a little bit of separation between these drivers now that the rain is starting to pick up. Justin out in 4th, JDM Culture. He's going to be in the top 5, sitting P5. Dion in 6th, J-Mac in 7th. Hawk in 8th. Liebert goes in, takes those intermediates. He's going to be P9, and Stanton Drum sitting 10th. There's no way. Yeah, these drivers have to come in. I can't even imagine trying to handle that. Leaders coming in. Rangers, Mayor of Bag City, I guarantee gonna get those intermediates. Mayor of Bag City takes mediums. Must be anticipating the rain to stop. Nope, he goes on the intermediates. All right. Top 7 drivers on pit lane, getting those intermediates. Track is wet. Track is slick. They need all the grip they can get. Jacob out on the mediums. We'll see if that changes over to intermediates. Rangers still out in the lead. Mayor coming out 2.9 seconds behind. Justin in 3rd, doing pretty solid, about 6.6 seconds behind. Just to give you an onboard of what this looks like with the rain coming down. They have the work cut out for them. The only driver not on the intermediates is going to be Jacob, as he sits P5. You can see these guys gingerly making their way around. Rangers with another 3-second time penalty. That is 9 seconds. Oh my gosh. Making it harder on himself to try to get this win tonight. Mayor of Bag City, he just needs to keep it consistent. Keep those penalties down right where they are. Dion really getting in those out of the boundaries here. On board with J Mac Attack, he sits P6, lap 14 of 36. We do have a driver, Jacob. Man, DNF for Jacob. Really unfortunate to see. Tough night for him. You can see these guys out here. This is 1st and 2nd, Rangers and Mayor of Bag City. Between them, there is a 10-second gap between 2nd and 3rd, and that's going to be Leaf Justin. Hoping to pull out a podium finish here tonight for him. He had a lot of hopes for Saudi Arabia. Unfortunate events happened to him, unable to complete that win. Dion in the top 5, having a fantastic run tonight, but comes to a stop here. Interesting, as he lets J-Mac go on by. Dion, 15-second penalty. Liebert with a drive-through penalty. Things are getting interesting here, I'll tell you what. I'm thinking you guys knew something I didn't. You called for the rain. So, yeah. I want to see who this driver is. We have the safety car out. Not sure what happened. I really need a replay button for these things. I'll tell ya. Rangers in the lead. Mayor of Bag City in second. Justin holding out the top three. Rangers leaves the session. Hopefully we'll get him back in. Last week we had a lot of disconnects, me included. It was the first time I've ever disconnected on this game, but I think they were having connection issues. Only thing I can think of. Culture in fourth, J-Mac in fifth, Dion in sixth, Hawk in seventh, Dan Drums leaves. Lap 16 of 36, still plenty of racing. Now we'll see what this rain does. Will it stay for the entire race? Pretty new tires for these guys. Stanton Drums has the oldest tires out here with 3-lap-old tires. Rangers gets back in session. He should be good to go. We'll see if we can get the others back in session. There goes Stanton. Rain still coming down. Track still slick. We'll see if it heads over and the rain ends. Definitely making it a challenge tonight. Our first rain race of the season. We did see rain in qualifying a few weeks ago. That was the only rain that we saw. For the race, it cleared up and yeah, no issues there. Stan Drums having some issues staying connected in here. Safety car still out. Lap 17 of 36. Hopefully this will be the final lap for the safety car. No takers for pit lane as these drivers have fairly new tires. Waiting game goes just to see if the rain stops. And will they switch over to those mediums? I would assume, trying to get those laps out as much as you can to complete the race. Strong night for these top two drivers. Hawk, I want to see him come back up here. I want to see him do it. Culture would love to see him get a second win. Mayor and Rangers looking very, very strong out here. Here's your view on board with Mayor of Bag City. Wild conditions out on track. It could be worse, though. It could be worse. All right, we'll see if we have the safety car going this time around. Doesn't look like that is going to happen. Another lap. It's going to be bringing us to lap 18 of 36. Race will be pretty much halfway over at this point. Hopefully we don't see any more penalties from Rangers. It'll be interesting to see if we get any more from Mayor. He stays relatively penalty free for the most part. Rangers has 9-second penalty, Mayor with 3. So he's gonna have to put that 6-second gap over Mayor in order to keep that win. Justin looking to keep a podium finish out here tonight. Silverstone being next week. It's going to be a wild night moving into the next round. Rain still coming down and it looks to be picking up. Oh my gosh. This is wild. All right, if you have F1 and you are out there watching, have you raced in the rain? What is it like? What are the biggest challenges that you have? Safety car is going to be in this lap. So we'll go green, lap 19 of 36. Just a few moments as we make our way around that left-hand corner. That long straight gets you all the speed you could ever need. A lot of passes being made there for the lead and whatnot. You got to make sure you woe it down for that first corner, though. Oh, Mayer keeps it off the wall. Wow. Great job. Great recovery on that. It's going to cost him a couple of spots, but no damage, luckily. Off they go back to green, and he's got some pressure from behind. That is Hawk that's going to take position from him. Mayer's going to fall back to 7th. We'll see if he can keep that. Wow, unfortunate start spinning the tires there. Let's take a look at Rangers. He is safely in the lead as Mayer fell back. Culture is going to be in 2nd. About 1.8 seconds behind our leader. Justin is going to be in 3rd. J-Mac in 4th. How about this? Hawk in 5th. And oh, we have a driver off track here. Sectors 1 and 2. That's going to be Justin. And we just had him in the podium. Man, heartbroken for these guys. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. You know he is not happy right now. He is going to have to hope for another safety car to make something happen, catch back up. 9 drivers remain out on track. That's going to move J-Mac Attack to the top 3. Hawk in 4th. Dion in 5th. Mayor of Bag City is going to be in 6th. Culture safely in 2nd. Stan Drums out here in 7th. Liebert in 8th. And he goes on to pit lane. He has got that drive-through. I don't know. Yeah, 15 seconds and penalties for him. Justin makes his way on by for P8. And Rangers still out. 9 seconds and penalties. With JDM Culture almost 3 seconds back. You guys, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what we can do out here. I want to go on board with Culture. You can see what the rain looks like out here. Still keeping it just under 3 seconds behind J-Mac Attack. Pretty close. Same with Hawk. These guys on top of each other. Anything could change. This is going to be the battle for P2. Hawk, J-Mac, Culture. All right on top of each other. Take a look at this. Oh no, that's gonna be Mayor, Hawk, and J-Mac. Man, oh man, side by side, just up ahead. Hawk takes the pass. J-Mac gonna be in 4th, and these guys, man, oh man, Mayor of Bag City moves up yet another position. Jordan is, J-Mac Attack is gonna move back one. It's gonna put him in 5th. Rangers safely in 1st so far. Culture in 2nd. These guys just having an amazing battle for P3. 4 drivers involved. Mayer making his way up through the field after that costly scrub of speed and almost losing it at the start of green here. Stanton Drums right behind J-Mac Attack. He's going to be the fourth driver in the mix here. Dion 4 Dub in 7th. You can see him. He might make 5 if he can close that gap. Justin about 8 seconds behind Liebert. Issues for him. He is back in 9th, about 48 seconds behind. Only 9 drivers remain. Ranger still out in the lead. Liebert leaves the session. Hopefully we'll get him back in. Unfortunately, if the race ended now, I said it before, I'll say it again. With 9 seconds of penalties, that would give the win over to Culture. Mayer moves up into 3rd after a battle with Hawk. Take a look at this. Very, very close racing for these two. Hawk really trying to take that back. We'll see if he can't make that happen. Putting a little bit of gap between him and 4th of Hawk. Very, very close racing between these drivers. Mayor of Bag City in 3rd. Only 4 seconds back. We'll see if he can't keep closing that gap. He is quickly approaching Culture up here. The rain is still coming down, putting the challenge to these drivers. Mayer has to worry about his penalties too. Culture is one of the only drivers to not get a penalty. J-Mac Attack does not have one. Justin does not either. Justin was up in that top 3 spot. Unfortunately, moved back after almost spinning or spun. You can just see that rain not letting up at all. Rangers handling it okay as he is making his way around the corner, and he's going to be running into Liebert soon. Caution in sector 2. Is that going to be... That is going to be Justin. More trouble for him. So unfortunate. This rain unforgiving. Intermediates for these drivers. 10 and 8 laps for these drivers out on this. 2 and 3 stops for some of these drivers. J-Mac only with 1 stop. Pretty incredible. Liebert making his way through. Rangers still in that lead. Increases the gap to 5 seconds. Over Culture, who is sitting P2. Mayor of Bag City in 3rd. Culture has no time penalties. Rangers, he still has to increase that gap. It's got to be 9 seconds at this point. Lap 24 of 36. Liebert gets a 3-second time penalty, moves up to 21 seconds. Mayor of Bag City, trouble for him. Moves back through the field, back to P6. So unfortunate there. Ah, man. That changes a lot right here. Mayor. Ah, you hate to see it, man. Making his way back through the field, and then, yeah. Tough break for him. Stanton Drum up ahead. Not too far in front of Mayer, so you know Mayer's going to be knocking on the door of these drivers, trying to make his way back through. We'll see how much of a hard time they give him trying to make their way through. Stanton with the top 5, looking very strong out here tonight. J-Mac, we saw him with a top 3 spot last week. Can he do it again tonight? 1 spot away from making that happen, and actually, with the 3-second time penalty in front of him, that may not be an issue. Hawk, very, very strong tonight, though. We'll see how that goes. Lap 25 of 36. Some of these drivers just struggling so bad out here. Liebert, D and F for him. Safety car is out once again. Oh, man. Second safety car of the night. Will we see these drivers go on the pit lane? I'll be honest, I don't know how long these intermediates will last out here. Stan Drums has the oldest tires with 12 laps on them. The rest of these drivers with 10. Ranger's making his way around. I'm curious who will go on the pit lane, who will stay out. We will find out shortly. Off he goes, yeah. Pit lane for Rangers. Will Culture make his way on the pit lane? Ranger sends it over to the soft tire compound. Culture on pit lane. Hawk on the pit lane. Stan Drums on the pit lane. Jordan. J Mac Attack stays out. 11 lap old tires. We'll see if he goes in next time around. One stop for J Mac and Justin. The rest of these drivers, at least 2 to 4 stops. Rangers comes out P2. Culture in 3rd. JDM Hawk in 4th. Under the safety car, Stanton Drums in 5th. Mayor of Bag City in 6th. Man, oh man. This is what he needs, though. He needs to be able to get these cars back up together. Rangers is gambling big time. If this rain stays out much longer, yeah. And it just kicked me out. Oh, these servers! It only does this on this game. You're killing me. All right, let's get in here. Let me back in. It keeps doing this to these drivers. It's terrible. I'm a-coming, I promise. I'm a-coming. Rangers is gambling, though. Absolutely. We are losing drivers left and right. 8 drivers left. We are back in the action. J-Mac gonna lead us off from the safety car out here. Culture in 2nd, Rangers in 3rd, and I want to take a look at all these tire compounds that these drivers have. Mayor of Bag City, he's gambling too, you guys. Oh, man. This is making things pretty interesting. Lap 27 of 36. These drivers are counting on this track drying out. Only drivers to go on the soft tire compound, and it is the top 2 drivers in the point standings. How's it all going to work out? I don't know. I don't know. It is a gamble, as Panda says. J-Mac really gambling. 12 lap old tires. I'm really expecting him to go in. We're going to find out, though. He's clearly going for position, but with this old of tires, that's going to be really tough. You still see rain out there. It kind of looks like the sun is trying to come out, but will it be enough? Will the track dry out enough for these drivers to be okay? And will we go back from safety car this time around? It looks like we may not. We may stay out another lap. It's gonna buy these guys some time. Justin with the time penalty out here. Let's take a look at those penalties. Culture. Yeah, J-Mac goes on the pit lane. Takes those fresh tires. The only driver without a penalty is Culture. Pretty incredible. Rangers not in a good spot with the time penalties that he has incurred. First few laps are going to be a struggle. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Track is still wet. It does not look like... Let's take a look. I don't know. It's going to be close, you guys. As you said, the first few laps are going to be a struggle out here. Still very wet. You still see the condensation coming off the tires. Going to be slipping around on those softs. Culture going to lead us off. He's going to be on the intermediates. Oh, this is going to be so close, you guys. Ranger's really going to have to step up his game with those penalties. He's got a couple of things going against him. Mayor of Bag City, he's back in P5. Safety lap or safety car in this time around. We will go back to green as we round the corner here to lap 29 of 36. Will we get Culture another win? Win 2 of the season. Rangers has got to get in the lead and put a 9-second gap over Culture in order to keep this win. Off to green we go, lap 29 of 36. It is coming down to a close here, but still a ton of racing. Hawk goes over into second as they go too wide into the first corner. Will the tires hold out in this rain? Rangers falls back to third. He's gonna have to take these corners gingerly as the rain and the track are still slick. You can see him trying to save and hold on to it. The JDM guys up in first and second. Hawk almost cleans him out, or right behind him, man. Very, very close. Hawk has Stanton drums directly behind him. This has swished a lot of things up. Mayor of Bag City falls back to 7th. Rangers in 4th. Justin in 5th. Dion in 6th. J-Mac in 8th after going in late. Culture about a second gap in front of JDM Hawk. Heading to lap 30 of 36. Let's take a look behind him. He's got Hawk right on his heels. Hawk does have a time penalty, so even if he does pass him, he's going to have to put 3 seconds on him. Rangers falls back to 6. Mayor in 7. That tire call. They took a gamble, and it is not going to pay off just yet. Man, it's going to be tough. Something needs to happen now. That track needs to dry off immediately for Rangers and Mayor to catch back up and pass these drivers. Great call for Culture and Hawk and these guys to stay out on the intermediates. Might have a new winner here tonight, or Culture with a second win of the season. We'll see what happens, but lap 30 of 36, getting ready to head into 31. JDM Hawk in second, Stanton Drums. I don't know that I've talked to him in the booth for top 3, so that would be a podium finish for him. Justin, great comeback for him. Makes his way up to P4. Dion in 5th. Rangers struggling out here in the soft tire compound. That track cannot dry off soon enough for him and Mayer, who is sitting P7. J-Mac Attack is going to round out the field in 8th. Only driver penalty free is going to be Culture. Can he hang on to it? He has to remain penalty free and keep Hawk behind him. Looking so incredibly strong out here. Can we get the JDM boys out in the booth for first and second? We'll find out how it goes. Just a little over a second and a half gap for Culture and Hawk. Stanton Drums right behind. Track is definitely possibly starting to dry up a little bit. See that spray behind him, but it is not as bad. No rain coming down at least, but too little too late for Rangers and Mayer, I think. Lap 31 of 36 heading into 32. This race is coming to a close. Track is definitely drying, but it's not going to be fast enough for Rangers and Mayer. No way. Definitely a gamble they felt they could take. Both of them took it, luckily. For each other, they took it. Mayer is going to finish. Man, he has 19-second gap here, so that's pretty wild. That is how much that car is struggling out here in the wet conditions. Culture looking strong, though. Keeping it between a second and a half gap for these two drivers. Both 3-second penalties for Hawk and Stanton Drums behind them. Let's go on board with Hawk. This is his view right now. Stanton Drums gets another penalty. That may hurt him. As we come to the finish here, he's got to keep that gap, 3-second gap between him and Justin. So far, he's doing it. That's crazy. Things are gonna be close. Lap 33 of 36, DRS enabled, so we'll see Hawk trying to use it. JDM is in the name, but when it comes down to the win, you know he is going to go for it against Culture. He wants that first win. He's got that 3-second time penalty to worry about, though. Boy, oh boy, this is really coming down to the wire, you guys. Trying to make it through here. Those intermediates really holding on. Track is drying out a little bit more. You do not see the condensation coming off those wheels like you did before. Mayor Bag City, another time penalty for him. Now 6 seconds. JDM Hawk down to half a second gap between him and Culture. Culture just remaining penalty free, doing a fantastic job tonight. Wow, look at these guys going in. What a call. Not expecting that. Stan Drums goes to the lead here. I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away. Culture goes out in the softs. Hawk on the mediums. So late in the race. Very interesting call. Justin goes in. Dion goes in. The track is dry enough. These guys feel comfortable going in. The only one left out on the intermediates is going to be Stanton Drums. Will he stay out? I don't know, Panda. I'm blown away. I don't know. I have no clue. Hawk comes out in second, Culture in third. What is happening? Hawk goes on the mediums, which surprises me. If you're gonna go in, I'm going in on the softs. I'm coming out on the softs. Stanton may win if he stays out. He's got an 11-second lead here. 6 seconds and penalties, though. That is what he's got to watch out for. Oh. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Rangers up to 4th. 12 seconds and penalties. Mayor in 5th. Wow. Will Stanton Drum stay out? I'm staying out if I'm him. There's no way I am going in at this point. That interval is closing, though, you guys. He has 6 seconds and penalties. JDM Hawk got to bring it down to 3, and Culture and Hawk going side by side down the front stretch into the first corner. Culture takes over second, Hawk in third. This is wild. Absolutely wild. What a finish here. Lap 35 of 36. I don't know. I don't know who's going to take it. I really don't. I really don't. These guys going to make my voice go away tonight. Still recovering from COVID, so yeah. Oh my goodness. Stanton Drums goes back to third. Culture moves up to first. JDM Hawk right behind. Things change once again. Wild happenings out here. Lap 35 of 36 coming to the final lap here. Will Culture bring it home? Will his JDM friend come out here in second? Oh my gosh. Culture putting the fastest lap of the race down, 1:17.5. He wants this. This is absolutely crazy. Last, final lap. Let's go on board. You can see the track is dry. Conditions are a go for these drivers putting down these lap times. Both drivers have a 3-second time penalty. Ranger's gonna be in third, Mayor in fourth. Unfortunately, not gonna work out for those two. The question is, will Culture hold on to it? Will he bring home the win here? Rangers with another penalty, just absolutely demolishing his chances for a podium finish here. Culture coming around, the sun is out, shining his way back to a victory here tonight at the Mexican Grand Prix. Here we go, the fireworks are out, the celebrations have begun. Culture brings it home. Here he goes around. I don't even want to say that too soon. Let's not say it too soon, but here we go. Past the start finish line, Culture is your winner. Hawk in second. Absolutely incredible. Great win for Culture here. What a strategy play for these guys. Wow. Second win of the season. Hawk in second, podium finish. Leaf Justin going to round out the top 3 on the podium after those penalties. absolutely insane. Let's get these guys out. I don't know where Hawk is. We'll have to have them invite him. What a wild, wild race. If one of you guys, Culture, if you know, can you invite Hawk? Because he's not showing.
Yeah, got it.
Thank you. Culture celebrates his second win of the season. Oh, incredible. Yeah, you did say it before the race started. You absolutely did, Panda. Culture brings home the win. Hawk in second, Justin in third. Culture, what a race out here. Did you expect to bring home a win tonight? And once the rain hit, what were you thinking?
I honestly did not expect to bring home the win. I thought I was at best a top 5 car this race. I knew I had some pace, but not enough to win. But once the rain hit, everything just started going down for everybody. Everyone started spinning out. People went on the wrong tires. I just stuck to my gut and did my own strat. I was thinking about a bunch of different strats and trying to copy other people, but I just stuck to my gut.
When you saw Mayor and Rangers, I don't know if you knew that they went in earlier and took the softs. Definitely, were you wondering if you should have done the same or just you needed to hold out for that rain to stop?
I was wondering, but I knew that I did it a bit too early. I knew that the first few laps were gonna still stay pretty wet and they were gonna lose some time, but it was still in the back of my head.
Yeah, you made a fantastic strategy call out there. Second win of the season. A huge congratulations to you. A wild, wild race. You kept us on the edge of our seat here. Great job. Huge congratulations. How do you feel about next week at Silverstone?
Silverstone? I don't know yet. I haven't really raced there too much.
Fair enough.
So I guess we'll find out.
We will find out. Definitely a fantastic race. One of my favorites of the season. Congratulations to you on your win tonight.
Thank you.
All right, JDM Hawk out here in second. What a race. Racing between you and Culture. You guys were on kind of the same strategy out here. How did your race go? And what were you thinking when the rain came out?
Rain. Probably CR knows this, but I'm good on the rain. But kind of hoping it rained in the beginning, but I got a good restart. Or start technically, and I wasn't gonna be the little guinea pig anymore, so I was gonna put my shoulders in there and try to go for first. And all race was just patience and all that. If I didn't have a penalty, I would have probably won this race, but yeah, I had a good race.
Yeah, penalties were in the mix tonight. Rain was in the mix, but man, you had a great strategy out there. You kept it clean and you brought her home second. So huge congratulations. So fun watching you guys battle out there.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Justin bringing home top 3, and that is after some struggling out there in the rain. I saw you have a couple of mishaps, solo spinouts there.
Is that what we call it?
What happened? How did you make for the comeback?
Well, what happened was I was not very good in the rain. So I spun multiple times and was way in the back, and I literally said in the party, I'm like, well, I'm over this rain stuff. It should dry out and we need a safety car. And there was instantly a safety car. So that helped that out. And then it was all just weird, like, trickery strategy, because some of the faster guys, like, pit earlier than they should have, thinking it was going to dry out, and it majorly backfired in their face, and it was kind of, everybody was all over the place, and it was strictly, I mean, I think I crossed the line 5th, so it was lack of penalties that got me a podium, so I felt terrible about this race, ended up with a podium after You know, the last two races were, I think, my two best on pace, and they were my two worst finishes. So I guess it works out.
In the end, it works out. There you go.
Somehow.
Yeah. Wild race. I don't think anyone was expecting how this one turned out, but made it top 3 regardless. So huge congratulations to you. I have to ask, how do you feel about Silverstone?
I'm kind of indifferent about Silverstone. I mean, it's fine. It's a good track. I just practice up there and see how it goes. Brazil, after that, is one of my favorites, so hopefully
Interesting.
Good race at Silverstone can lead into a good race at Brazil.
There you go. Well, there you have it, you guys. The top 3 drivers. Culture getting a second win of the season. Hawk in second, and Justin bringing out third. Penalties played a factor. Rain played a huge factor. And strategy worked out for some of these drivers and not so much for the others. Fun race, one of my favorites. Next week, we are headed to Silverstone. You can join me in the booth. It'll be next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I hope to see you then. Until then, thank you guys for tuning in. I know the drivers appreciate it, and I know I do. So I will see you guys next week. Take it easy.